Hi, I am Peter Reynolds, and I am here in my studio where I do my thinking, my writing, my drawing, and it's in Dedham, Massachusetts, which is not too far from Boston, Massachusetts, where I have been living most of my life. I was born in Canada, but I made my home here in Massachusetts, and I am really thrilled to be able to connect the dots with all of you out there and share news about my latest book, which is called Be You. And this is what I like to call the handbook for amazing human beings. It explores this idea of being a human being. And I was thinking to myself, why are we called beings, right? We say humans, right? But we also say human beings. And I thought to myself that that's because we can be, right? We can be so many things. We can be amazing. And that's what I'm hoping this book inspires my young readers, and also really no matter what age you are. In fact, I wrote this book for all ages. You can be in kindergarten, you could be graduating high school, college, you could be starting a new career. And all of us are works in progress. So this book celebrates our possibility. And I'm an optimist, and I think things are going to get better. In school, how often do we ask the most important question? The most important question, which is, who are you? Who are you? How often, think about it, in your journey through school, how many times did you get asked that question about who you are? Tell me who you are. Where have you been? Where are you now? Where are you going? And then the most important question is, where would you like to be going? Because that could be really different. It could be just even a few degrees different. And of course, if you're a sailor, and I used to teach sailing at a summer camp to kids, I would tell kids that, if you change course just by 1 degree, right? If you wait long enough, you're going to be in a very, very different place along the journey. So that is my fascination, and Be You is my latest exploration and encouragement for kids and grown-up kids, adults, to really know who they are, and also to aspire to be the best version of themselves. Well, I'm thrilled that, without telling people that this is a book for all ages, that I'm getting letters from people of all ages, especially kids who are graduating, especially during these troubled times that we're in, right? Where this generation that is being thrown into this wild void, there's none of us really know what's ahead and how long this challenge is going to last. So we need to encourage kids even more to kind of dig deep, and find the best of themselves, right? To be courageous, to be curious, also to be connected. And I make a big point in this book to find your kindred spirits, the people who really know you. You don't need 1,000 friends, 500 friends, with the way that Facebook seems to encourage us to think about friends, but truly your kindred spirits. And it may end up just being one person, right? And that's okay. But find that one person or two and create that little trusted circle so that you can be comfortable being yourself, because it isn't easy. And that's the other point I make in the book, that being truly authentic, being who you are, it's a lot of work, and sometimes it's scary, and sometimes it's even dangerous to put yourself out and say, "Yeah, this is who I am." And that's why it's really important to be to find that safe circle to be yourself. And as you get braver and so develop more tools to be able to be brave, 24/7 in all environments, stick with those people who love you. And also the other point that I like to make is that be okay reaching out for help, because I know there are a lot of people out there who are, they are struggling. This is taking a toll on us physically, mentally, and we have to be okay with reaching out and asking for the helping hand. American ingenuity is this amazing gift, right? It's really a permission, right? A permission to be an original thinker, which was what our founding fathers were laying the groundwork for. And I say laying the groundwork because we're certainly not finished. We have a lot of work to do. But the idea is that one person is not going to dictate the journey for you, and that the person who should be carving that path is you. So that means you're going to have to actually do your own thinking, and that is the core to ingenuity, right? It's doing your own thinking, and also being an optimist and looking at a challenge and saying, in this challenge, there's an opportunity for a solution. And having those goggles, right, to see problems is actually a good thing, right? That these problems are an opportunity for us to kind of dig deep and show what we've got inside and how we can use our talent, our time, our energy, our resources to make things better. I'm a huge fan of libraries, and by the way, happy 220th birthday to the Library of Congress. How cool is that? That's an old library. I used to hang out in an old library myself, the Charles Addams Public Library in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. And I remember jumping on my bicycle after school and heading down to, number one, do my homework. And of course, we'd all be racing for there'd be like 4 books on, fill in the blank topic. And so you'd have to get to the library first to get those books. But when I finished my homework, then I was free to roam. And I like to say that I was a free-range chicken in the library, and I could wander anywhere in that library. And that was a very formational moment for me, that I realized that all of these books in all of these sections were mine, and they were mine to explore. And there was no teacher saying, read this book, right? It was me discovering those books. And there was something about a book cover, right? You'd look at a book and it would literally speak to you. You could hear its voice say, read me. This could be important for you. And of course, the only way to find out is to open up that book and start reading. There was also on the second floor, there was a room full of vinyl records, and there were booths, and you could put headphones on, and you could sit there and listen to music. And I thought to myself, I would like to listen to every single one of these vinyl records. I don't think I made it through the entire collection, but I did listen to things that I would not have heard on WRKO radio, their top 20 hits. I was listening to Louis Armstrong and Ella Fitzgerald and Chopin and Beethoven. I was a kid in a candy shop, and I hope that people realize that that libraries are this amazing resource to help discover who you are and find out what sparks. So thanks to all the librarians out there who are taking care of these incredibly important knowledge centers and community centers. One of my favorite things to do is to think, and I love, things begin sparking in my head. And one of the saddest things, I think, is to have a great idea and to lose it, right? So writing it down is a great way to do it. But I was given this gift of being able to take this image in here and use this hand and something to write with to create an image. And so I can actually record what I'm thinking. I draw basically the little films in my head. And so I'm making these little films all the time. And I especially love to think of what little films could I create that will make the world a better place? How can I create a story, maybe model some kind of discovery, this aha moment for a character, and that maybe if I can not just tell it, but to show it, that it will, it'll be really an efficient and a powerful way to communicate that to my readers, and so that they can actually they can see that transformation in. Like, I wrote a book called The Dot, and the little girl in the book is Vashti, and she says she can't draw until, of course, she meets a teacher who thinks differently in more ways than one, and she helps this little girl who says she couldn't draw bloom and be this amazing artist, and not only be an amazing artist, but inspire others around her to be brave as well. So I love that I can literally draw that out of my head and then efficiently share it with the world. Of course, picture books are a pretty cool, pretty powerful tool for sharing big ideas very, very quickly, because it takes about 5 or 6 minutes to read one of my books. And yet it hopefully delivers a very powerful message, and a message that you can connect to yourself, because ultimately what I want to do is to help my readers. I'm here. I've lived a long life. I'm hopefully going to be around for a lot longer, but time is running out. And I want to make sure that everything that I have experienced, my aha moments, that I can bottle them up and gift them to you, to my readers, to my children, to my grandchildren. I'll be able to reach out to them even after I'm gone and say, I learned something, and maybe, just maybe, it could help you on your journey. And if it does, I will be smiling somewhere beyond. A highlight during this year, and what a topsy-turvy year it was, with COVID-19, and then I lost a very, very dear friend of mine, and I was feeling pretty blue and pretty low, and then suddenly I got news that President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama were going to read my book. This is the Greek version, but it's in many languages now. But this is The Word Collector, starring Jerome, who loves words. Loves words, and he collects words. And I was totally blown away that it would be read by the President and First Lady. And it was part of the Chicago Public Library program to share books during this troubled time. And they chose my book, The Word Collector, to share with the world. And so it's been shared many millions of times. And which, of course, that picked me back up. And I'm in my studio. I'm working on several new books. I'm very excited about to share. But even I, Mr. Optimist, some days I need to be picked back up. And thanks to the Obamas, they did a lovely, lovely read of the book. But more importantly, that they were able to take that message in this book about not memorizing words, but loving words and sharing those words with the world to make it a better place. So thanks to them and Chicago Public Library for helping jettison out the big idea of that book. And I hope that you get to read Jerome's story too, and share it with the people around you that you love. This book comes out this fall, and it's called Make Your Mark Gallery, a coloring book-ish. I wrote a book called Ish about, not worrying about getting everything just right? Because a lot of us are perfectionists, and I have this concept of ish. It doesn't need to be a perfect tiger. Tiger-ish is pretty cool, right? In fact, it might be more interesting. So that's why I called it coloring book-ish. And this is actually, it comes with 40 frames and perforated pages. And of course, so the book is only half done. And of course, the rest is going to be done by you, which is kind of my philosophy, is that the blank page is a wonderful thing. And some of us are less afraid of it. And my goal is to make everybody see that blank page as a swimming pool, and see how refreshing it is to dive in and to share, right, what you're thinking, feeling, and if you're a bit timid, you can always start at the shallow end of the pool, and then you work your way up to the deep end of the pool, and then you can really do some heavy duty sharing with the world, because the world needs you. The world needs your voice. So don't be shy. Speak up and be a part of the change. Be a part of the evolution of humankind to be kinder and take care of all of us. Well, this has been a wonderful session. I am glad that we were able to connect through technology. Of course, I wish we were all together at this amazing festival, the National Book Festival, which, by the way, celebrates its 20th year this year. So yay, Book Festival. My twin brother and I were there a few years back at the festival. And if you have not been, it's just an amazing collection of people who love books, but more importantly, they love the ideas that are inside books, because they are the vehicles, right? Vehicles for ideas, and ideas spark change. And we definitely need to change things. We need to make things better. We know we can do better. We've seen the better part of humanity shine, and we need it to shine brighter. So hopefully that this session and other sessions are going to help you shine brighter and add more light to this world. So thank you again for letting me share my stories with you. And I hope my stories inspire you to share your voice with the world.